Hello viewers and welcome back to Buckmore Park here at round 3 of the Elite Karting Series 2024 season. Split 1 race 3 will be our final race of the day, and well, so far the racing could not have been any closer. Jack Simmons and Olly Smith will share row 1 once again, just 0.05 of a second this time separating those two drivers. Frederic Navarro has impressed a lot throughout the course of the day. He'll start in 3rd. Charlie Foster alongside him on row 2 with Jack Harrison and Andrew McWilliam on row 3. Andrew gaining pace throughout the course of the day, remaining a threat, potentially getting himself into the top 3 as we head on throughout this 12-minute race. Archie Bullard is in 7th position. He's got a little bit of work to do in this race, but I'm sure he'll be able to climb up the order a little bit, showing his class and that form that he's built up at Sandown Park over the last few weeks. Chris Bowers joining him on row 4. Ryan Sandell and Jamie Gooden make up the rest of our top 10, with Philip Abilal and Mark Puxty row 6 on the grid. Just the 0.6 of a second, by the way, separating all of our drivers up until this point. Nathan Maxmin is in 13th position with Jamie Sherman-Chase in 14th. Richard Lavender and Alex Brazier share row 8. Carlos Armanis is down in 17th position. However, he's also got a good chance to try and find his way up the order a little bit in this one. Callum Benjalo, keep an eye on him. Promoted from Split 2, has had a lot of pace throughout the course of the day. He'll be hoping to climb up the order as well. So just one more driver getting into position, then we'll be ready to get underway here for race 3, split 1 here in the EKS at Buckmore Park. We're ready to go to the lights. Jack Simmons back on pole position. It's lights out and away we go. And it's a really poor start for Jack Simmons. Olly Smith getting through into turn 1, followed through by Frederic Navarro as that inside lane just starts to open up through into Conways, and then your second corner, Henry's Bend. Olly Smith into the lead of the race, then Jack Simmons filters back down into 4th position. 2nd place is going to be Frederic Navarro. A fantastic start for Frederic, and well, he's proving his worth here inside of split 1. Jamie Gooden looking to make his way up a position as well on Ryan Sanders. They make their way down the hill up into the final couple of braking zones here at Buckmore Park. Jamie falls behind Ryan Sandell a little bit, but the field will bunch back up as they make their way into Garda. Jamie to the outside line of Ryan Sandell, no way through just there. Frederic Navarro keeping an eye on Olly Smith. He's all over the back of our senior driver, and Frederic's got a fantastic run here on Olly Smith. He's in the slipstream and he's got the run into Conways, but he won't quite commit to the move.
No, that's great racing there. You also could see Jamie Gooden was battling away with Ryan Sandell, and then you also got Archie Bullard right in front, battling away with Andrew McWilliam. So great racing here at the start of this race. You also saw Charlie Foster briefly up the inside of Frederic Navarro on lap 1 going through hairpin 2, but Frederic managed to hold on to the position. So we've got Olly Smith in the lead of this race ahead of Frederic Navarro. You then got Charlie Foster up in 3rd place ahead of Jack Simmons. I think Jack Simmons got caught out at the start of that race. The lights came on and ran off very quickly, which caught Jack out. I think he was calling for a restart, but no, races do not get restarted here at Buckmore Park, and he's now in 4th position. We've got Frederic Navarro, as you can see, right behind Olly Smith, and then Charlie Foster, then Jack Simmons, and we've got Jack Harrison, who's doing a really good job here, right the way up in 5th position. We've got Andrew McWilliam up in 6th. This is his best drive so far today. We've got Ryan Sandell now on the back of Archie Bullard, battling out for 7th position as they make their way through top bend. Now heading down to hairpin 1. Ryan Sandell's looking up the inside, and I think he's going to manage to make that one stick, I believe, as we can now see the battle from Jamie Gooden's on board. Looks like Ryan Sandell has managed to make it stick indeed, so he is now in 7th position in this race ahead of Archie Bullard, within Jamie Gooden in 8th position. We've got Olly Smith now still in the lead of this race. Frederic Navarro right behind in 2nd place. Charlie Foster's looking all over the back of Frederic Navarro now as they head up to Garda. Is Charlie going to go for a move here into Garda? He is indeed. That was a very light move there by Charlie Foster. A little bit of contact at the apex, bit of a send by Charlie, but he's managed to make his way through now on Frederic Navarro, and Charlie Foster is now up into 2nd position in this race.
Chris Bowers on the back of Jamie Sherman-Chase as well as they make their way up into the 1st corner for the 3rd time in this race. Now Chris can't quite get to the inside line. We'll wait to see on that drone where our leaders re-emerge then, with Olly Smith still in the lead of the race. Jamie Gooden is alongside Archie Bullard down into hairpin 2. Can't quite make a way through there, and on the exit of the corner, what can Jamie Gooden do here? He's all over the back of Archie Bullard. Meanwhile, Chris Bowers is side by side. I can't quite tell with who, but he's now looking to advance on Jamie Sherman-Chase as well as they make their way down into the heavy braking zone, the right-hander just before Garda, and now maybe trying to go for the move. Let's keep an eye on the lead of the race as Charlie Foster gets all over the back of Olly Smith. You can't see on Ollie's GoPro footage, you can just look behind him, but I think very shortly we're going to see a Charlie Foster up the inside of Olly Smith. Let's keep an eye on this battle then. Jamie Tyler Gooden still keeping that eye on Archie Bullard, hasn't been able to find a way through yet, and into hairpin one has to stay behind for now. Frederic Navarro has a fantastic view of the battle between Charlie Foster and Olly Smith, and Charlie is all over the back of Ollie, Luke.
Yeah, and also Ryan Sandals on a fantastic drive here, so he's managed to make the overtake stick on Andrew McWilliam on the previous lap. So Ryan Sandals now up in 6th place. Ryan, someone who's been racing here for the last 10 years and is a champion here at Buckmore in their old Ironman Championship. So Ryan doing a good job here. He's 86 kilos, so he's got a weight disadvantage to most other people in this race, but he's doing very well indeed as the drivers make their way up the hill. Like you say, Frederic Navarro's got a great view of this battle for the lead as Charlie Foster now, he's looking up the inside of Olly Smith, and he is through and up into the lead of the race. So for the first time in the history of the EKS, Charlie Foster is into the lead, and he has managed to make his way past Olly Smith. We've now got Frederic Navarro looking over the back of Olly Smith, and he's up the inside now too. So he's up the inside of Olly Smith going through hairpin 2. It's going to be a drag race down to the Essex. Olly Smith around the outside though was able to carry more speed through the corner, and Olly Smith has managed to hold on to 2nd place by the skin of his teeth ahead of Frederic Navarro. We've also got, is that Jack Harrison? It is Jack Harrison and Jack Simmons right behind. So running on board with Jack Harrison now, you can see Jack Simmons is right behind Frederic Navarro as they make their way up to Garda. Brian Sandown meanwhile going defensive, going through Garda against Andrew McWilliam, I believe that is, with Archie Bullard, who's dropped down to 8th position now. So he's been overtaken by Andrew McWilliam. But now coming up to the start finish line, it's Charlie Foster who leads the race and sets the fastest lap of the race too, of a 49.4, with Olly Smith in 2nd, Frederic Navarro in 3rd, Jack Simmons in 4th, and then Jack Harrison all the way up in 5th.
And Olly Smith then agonisingly losing a few car lengths to Charlie Foster. He's gained them back though in the last sort of half a lap or so. That being said, Charlie Foster, fastest man on the track at the moment, 49.4. Unbelievable pace from him in this race at the moment. We'll see if he can continue to be this imperious compared to the rest of the field. Let's see as well, Frederic Navarro under pressure now by your 4th place driver, so we're going to see if he does end up losing out on this position. Jack Simmons as well is there and thereabouts after his frustrating start to this race as they make their way up to the timing line for the 7th time in this race. We approach half distance. It is Frederic Navarro, then Jack Simmons 3rd and 4th. Charlie Foster still ahead of Olly Smith, but I fear for not too long at all, because Olly Smith will be prowling and Olly Smith will take any opportunity he can get. Andrew McWilliam has just been overtaken by Archie Bullard, now trying to get himself back into that spot. Jamie Tyler Gooden keeping an eye on Andrew McWilliam as well, because he knows if he can try and get through our 2023 champion, then it will be pretty good value for his efforts into 7th position in a very packed out field.
Ryan Sandown meanwhile is all over the back of Jack Harrison as they head up to Garda. Ryan Sandown going to go for the move here on Jack Harrison. Good move that is by Ryan Sandown, sent up the inside, caught Jack Harrison napping. I don't think Jack thought Ryan was going to go for it, but he did indeed. And Ryan Sandown, he is now thrown all the way up into 5th place in this race. So fantastic drive here by Ryan Sandown as he goes defensive against Jack Harrison, going in to top bend. Can Jack get the run on him as he makes his way through Henry's Bend? No, he can't indeed. I think he actually makes a bit of contact there with Ryan Sandown and gave him a bit of a speed boost coming out of Henry's Bend. So now Ryan Sandown is in to 5th position in this race. Two people to keep an eye out on this race are Callum Bendelow and Alex Brazier. Callum Bendelow has just set the fastest lap of the race with a 49.3. So Callum Bendelow is flying through the field here. He's all the way up to 10th position, having started in 18th place. Remember, he won the previous race in split 2, so he's your promoted driver starting in 18th. He's now caught up to the back of Jamie Tyler Gooden, as you can see from this drone shot, so he is flying through the field here. Alex Brazier similarly doing well here. He's set a 49.4. He's nearly as quick as Callum Bendelow, so Alex Brazier also started at the back of the field, and he's now up in to 13th position right behind Mark Parksley. But now you can see Andrew McWilliam looking up the inside of Archie Bullard going into Conways, and Andrew has managed to get through now. So Andrew McWilliam, he's now up in 7th position ahead of Archie Bullard. You've got Jamie Tyler again right behind Archie Bullard going through hairpin 1, but now that's Callum Bendelow. He's now appeared into shot. So Callum Bendelow up the inside of Jamie Tyler Gooden, but not able to make it work because The corner ahead is a left-hander, as it's now Ryan Sandown over the back of Jack Simmons. So Ryan Sandown, he must be getting giddy here, up in 4th place, beating all these junior drivers when he himself is a heavyweight driver. So Ryan Sandown doing a fantastic job here, battling out for 4th place with Jack Simmons, who set the fastest lap of the day in the previous race. Meanwhile, Callum Bendelow has managed to make his way through on Jamie Tidigan. So Callum Bendelow, what a drive he is on in this race. He's a senior driver himself. He's racing at 80 kilos, but he is the fastest driver on track, faster than all of the lighter junior drivers. He's on such a charge here, showing that he should have been in split one from the get-go. What a drive this is by Callum Bendelow. You can see him move in front as well. I think that might be Jack Harrison then, who was battling with Andrew McWilliam as they head through hairpin 2. Callum Bendelow, he's now through on Archie Bullard. He's all the way up to 8th. He started 18th in this race. 10 places in 9 minutes. He's made up here, Callum Bendelow, and he's a split 2 driver at the start of this day. What a drive this is by Callum Bendelow, certainly proving he should have been in split 1 from the get-go. Oh, but a contact that was there between Callum Bendelow and Andrew McWilliam, and Jack Harrison, I think, got caught up in that too, as Archie Bullard's now at the inside of Callum Bendelow, trying to capitalise on that, now going side by side through Gartshire corner. On their way up Herbert's Rise, is Jamie Tidigan going to be able to capitalise on this? No, he can't, as Callum Bendelow musters his way through and back ahead of Archie Bullard, coming across the line in 8th position. Jamie Tidigan, I think he's capitalised on that too, so Jamie Tidigan, he's still got Archie Bullard, on his inside, now heading through hairpin 1. Philip Babalao not appeared too much in this race so far, but he is now through, as that was Olly Smith. We also saw then was up the inside of Charlie Foster with 2 minutes to go of this race. He went up the inside in the lead for the race into hairpin 2, but wasn't able to make it work. As we can see now, Jamie Tidigan, he's back up the inside of Philip Babalao, heading through Sign Sweep, and he is now back through in 2. I think that is 9th position in this race, as we see all the drivers now down the bottom of the track. We've got Frederic Navarro, who's got that fantastic view of the battle for the lead in 3rd place. Can Frederic Navarro get involved in this battle? Can he take an unlikely victory here at Buckmore Park? This is a track which Frederic is not that familiar with, barely ever drives Sodi karts, so he's doing a fantastic job here racing around Buckmore Park. As Olly Smith now, he goes through at the inside of Charlie Foster on what must be the 3rd to last lap of the race. Olly Smith, he is back into the lead. Olly Smith and Charlie Foster, these two have known each other for a long time since Charlie was a kid, racing together at Team Sport Crawley in their members' night. So these two, they go back a long way. This is a very special battle between the two of them. But Olly Smith, the 9-time Buckmore champion, he's back into the lead of this race.
And well, as I said in the last race, making a case to be a one-time EKS champion at the end of this season. Let's keep an eye. 2 laps to go in this race, and it is Charlie Foster who is back into the lead. Olly Smith back into the lead of the race. Charlie Foster, 2nd position, of course, and now looks for the lead of the race into Conways. He goes down the inside of Olly Smith. Frederic Navarro looking to make it 3 wide into hairpin 1. Charlie Foster on the inside line. Frederic has to back out of it. Charlie Foster ahead of Olly Smith. Now Frederic putting that pressure on the outside line. He goes looking to cut the lines across out of hairpin 2, not able to make a way through there. Olly Smith back on the outside of Charlie Foster. They'll be heading into the final lap of the race when they get to the line this time by. Jack Harrison, meanwhile, is having to squirm around because Andrew McWilliam is all over the back of that cart, making their way through the final 2 corners now, and then they'll go up into Garda. Olly Smith behind Charlie Foster. We're heading on to the final lap of this 12-minute race, the final lap of the day here in the EKS. It's all kicking off with Jamie Gooden now trying to get past Andrew McWilliam, who couldn't get past Callum Bendelow. Olly Smith keeping an eye on this. Charlie Foster goes very, very defensive into turn 1. Ollie wants to find a way through. Frederic Navarro fancies his chances down the inside into hairpin 1. Olly Smith on the outside line gets slowed up a little bit on the apex by Charlie Foster. Now into hairpin 2 they go. Frederic Navarro looks to the inside line. It's frustrating Ollie here because Ollie can't quite commit to that battle for the lead of the race. Charlie Foster doing a remarkable job here inside of split 1. Olly Smith, 2 corners to go to try and make a move, or 2 braking zones to go to try and make a move. They'll go into Garda, as you can see on our drone shot, for the final time in this race, and Charlie Foster holds on for the time being. Got to get the power down in the nick of time and does exactly that. It will be Charlie Foster with an unbelievable drive here, showed a lot of class to get past and stay past Olly Smith as we get to the line. Charlie Foster is an EKS race winner. Streaming across the line in second is Olly Smith. Frederic Navarro, the rest of your podium. Ryan Sandown and Jack Simmons, the rest of your top 5. But Callum Bendelow all the way up into 7th position at the line. Our final race of the day is topped by an unlikely but worthy winner in Charlie Foster, winning for Connecticut Racing Junior Team ahead of Olly Smith in second position. Frederic Navarro, Ryan Sandown and Jack Simmons, the rest of your top 5. All of our top 4 could have won that race at some point. Charlie Foster dramatically coming out on top at the end. Jack Harrison is in 6th position with Callum Bentilo for Red Monster Racing in 7th. What a drive from him, by the way, from last on the grid all the way up into 7th position, and by the looks of things just squeezing in to the senior podium as well. Andrew McWilliam is in 8th position with Jamie Tyler-Gooden and Alex Brazier, the rest of your top 10. Alex with a pretty good recovery drive as well. Archie Bullard is just outside the top 10 in 11th position with Philip Abalal, Carlos Albanis, Mark Buxty and Jamie Sherman Chase, the rest of your top 15. All of these drivers once again pretty nip and tuck throughout the course of that race. Chris Bowes is in 16th position. He was involved in that battle as well. Renathan Maximin and Richard Lavender, the rest of your order.
So we're here with Charlie Foster. Charlie, how was that race?
It was amazing. From the start, I gained 3 positions as someone's cart stopped, and then I got past Olly and Frederic after a few laps. Then I created, I think it was around 5 tenths gap. Then towards the end, Olly had fantastic pace, and because he's a great driver, he closed it. He overtook me a few times, and we had a few great battles, but I was the one to come back out of P1, so it was great.
And now here with Olly Smith. Olly, how was that race?
One of the best battles I've ever had. Charlie just drove out of his skin, probably had the race of his life. That was his, the best I've seen him drive. That was quite a pleasure really, because I don't think there was a bit of contact, but we went side by side so many times. It was a hell of a lot of fun.
That's absolutely amazing to hear. Obviously we have such class drivers here, and that sort of battling is what we really hope to see. Overall, obviously that race was fantastic, but how was your day?
Can't really ask for better really. I finished first in my category in every race. The perfectionist in me wants to win every race outright, but I'm going to be happy with what I have done here today. I think it's going to be my first round win as well.